Hi, my name is Dr. Stephen Stokes. Welcome to the channel. I've been in practice for 18 years and I own Advanced Pain Solutions in Southwest Florida. You can learn more about me on my website, drstephenstokes.com, including free downloads of my books and articles. I'd like to try and convince you in the next 3 minutes to eat more beets. Let me know in the comments how I do. Beets have been proven to do a lot of wonderful things. And again, as I always say, fact check me on pubmed.gov. Just go to pubmed.gov, type in beets, type in anything I'm talking about, and read the research. That way I don't have to continuously be going over research on this channel, which takes up a lot of valuable time that I can spend otherwise trying to convince you to actually eat the foods. So, beets have been shown to lower blood pressure and improve blood flow throughout the body to all the main organs. And how do they do this? The nitrates in beets get converted into nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is a blood vessel dilator. That's how they do it. So there's been a lot of studies on this, and it shows that within about 2 hours after consuming beets, you get a dilation of the blood vessels and a up to 20% increase in oxygen levels in the blood. Pretty impressive, right? That's just one of many things. Beets also contain a chemical called trimethylglycine, TMG. Now, you've probably never heard of trimethylglycine. Trimethylglycine has been shown to actually help regenerate liver cells. So if you have a liver that is sick, you need to take trimethylglycine. And you can buy trimethylglycine at the drugstore. You can buy it at the health food store. I think you can get it at Walmart, right? But the very best way to take trimethylglycine is in its natural form, beets. Beets have the highest natural potency, or they're the highest natural source of trimethylglycine that we have. And you should be taking about 3 grams of trimethylglycine a day if you're looking for liver regeneration and support. Speaking of that, with the liver, a lot of people have problems with their gallbladder. Beets improve the flow of bile. Okay, now, if you have a sluggish gallbladder and you're prone to gallstones, things like that, if you have trouble when you eat fatty foods, by increasing the bile flow in your body, you're going to improve your digestion of fats, okay? And you're also going to create turbulence in the gallbladder, and that turbulence can help to, over time, break down small stones. And that's very important. You know, we were always taught that the reason for gallstones was too much fat in the diet. Now we know that that's not true. Now we know that it's the opposite, not enough fat. Because what happens is if you're on a low-fat diet for a long period of time, the gallbladder no longer has the need to produce a lot of bile. The liver no longer has the need to produce a lot of bile. So there's not a lot of bile being held in the gallbladder, right? And as a result of that, the gallbladder becomes sluggish. There becomes a stasis in the gallbladder, and that stasis begins to crystallize the bile. And that's how we get these gallstones that form. So instead, if we're eating meals that are high in healthy fats, we get a lot of bile flow through there continuously. There's no stasis, and the gallstones normally will not form. So again, if you have gallstones, gallbladder pain, trouble eating fatty foods, if you go to the toilet and you notice that your stool floats, these are all signs of problems with fat digestion. Beets are going to help dramatically with that, okay? Again, another reason to eat beets. Also, inflammation. So beets will lower something in your blood called C-reactive protein on a blood test, which is a strong marker for inflammation. They also will lower something called homocysteine. Homocysteine is like the garbage or the debris in your blood, right? You don't want a lot of that dirty debris. Homocysteine, beets lower homocysteine, and beets lower your C-reactive protein. And by the way, C-reactive protein, a big marker for cardiovascular disease. And also, 1 cup of beets, 3.5 grams of fiber in 1 cup of beets, but they're low calorie, they're very sweet, they're great. The only negative problem with beets is if you eat beets, you're probably going to notice that your stool is going to be red, so don't be alarmed. I remember when my stepson was down here, we went to one of the health food stores, and we had something called a sweet beet blast, I think it was called, at Ada's health food store. And they make this shake, and they put beets in it, you know. We had those. And afterwards, we felt all jacked up. Honestly, more jacked up than I do on coffee because of that nitric oxide and the dilation of the blood vessels. I mean, we were ready to go, right? And we went to the beach. We had a great day. But later, I remember he went to the bathroom, and he was screaming out in the bathroom because he had red dye in his stool and in his urine. So he thought he was literally urinating blood, which can be quite scary. But I assured him that it wasn't blood, and that was from eating the beets. So that's the only negative side effect with beets. If you don't want to eat a couple of beets a day, I hear you. It can be laborious. Instead, you take Beta Food by Standard Process. And Beta Food is organic beets that basically are dehydrated and ground up into powder form and then mixed with just a small amount of honey. I mean, a minuscule amount of honey, really. And you get this, right? You get these wonderful, pleasant tasting tablets. And you can take one of these with each meal, up to 6 a day, depending on what you're looking for. Reach out to me if you want to get specific on dosages, but eat the beets or take the Beta Food. You can buy this directly from Standard Process with a patient direct account. More information on my website. So, what do you think? Are beets worth it? Are you going to eat more beets? I hope so. Reach out in the comments and let me know. Have a great day, and we'll see you again soon.